They themselves.
So, um, there's a video. I got something playing in the background. Um, Fair Use Act. This is for public safety. This is for clarity, for teaching purposes. So I'm using these videos as disclaimers, and as to help my thesis of my statement. Video by Roland Martin, Unfiltered Daily Digital Show. White men threaten black South Carolina woman cutting her grass. Roland Martin exclusive. Now, I'm not going to play all of this video. I'm going to get to the point. But there's something y'all need to know.
But who is actually there to love you and to help cultivate you and to support you. Okay? And so listen, you have to release the old, you have to release the past so that God can send you people into your life.
A black South Carolina homeowner cutting her grass was threatened by her white. A black South Carolina homeowner cutting her grass was threatened.
What the heck? Play! What are they doing?
A black South Carolina homeowner cutting her grass was threatened by her white neighbor and his son, who shouted racial slurs and yelled that he would murder her. I'm not making this up. You'll only see the story on Roland Martin, Unfiltered, and luckily for Shirley and Montgomery, it was caught on video, and we have that video. Take a look.
I'm asking you, I don't have anything to cut the trees away from the yard. How about that? Okay, so I am being harassed by my neighbor. I've been threatened by my yard. You don't shut the fuck up, bitch! Now I will murder you! Okay?
So the first point I wanted to bring up was, one, you're outside cutting the grass. You may have went in a little bit onto his property.
Listen very closely and very carefully to what the woman that is responding to this panel and this journalist, news lady, whatever, and what she's saying. Very closely.
Potentially. Who complains about that? I mean, seriously, who complains about someone stepping on their grass? I mean, that's the first thing. And then for it to escalate to the point where your neighbor's son threatened to murder you, called you racial slurs. I heard monkey being thrown out during that tirade. And so I'm just trying to find out, is this the first time?
Pause. What is going on right now that everybody be talking about, with the blackface and stuff like that, and the crap that's, new strains and blah, 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 right? Monkey what? All right. Now you got the monkey popcorn, right? So this is a new stimulus check. Remember in the beginning of part one of this operation, they call Divock water, right? That's what I call it, Divock water. There was a stimulus check, right? And it was with George Floyd. Now, I've noticed there's a trend of there's a trend of black people being assaulted all across South Carolina, some places in Atlanta, some places in Alabama, Georgia, so on and so forth, right? But what I'm saying is, for the last 3 months now, you've seen a slow spike diversely in Chicago, school shootings, blah blah blah. Right? This is the second stimulus check of the same tactic, using black people on top of Project Dark Winter, which is going on. It's been going on since last year, and so on with Texas, which is the whole purpose of all these, school planned catastrophes that the system is doing. I plead the blood of Yahushua in and over this video, in and over our devices, and in over all of our people. All assignments and agendas of the wicked is canceled. But this is a whole game plan. Now, there's coding that is released in this video. I'm not going to play too much of this video right now, but you can look up the video on YouTube while you can. It's called White Men Threaten Black South Carolina Woman Cutting Her Grass, on Roland Martin exclusive. Okay. This particular video is on the channel of Terrace Garnier. I don't know too much about her. I just playing this video for the sake of the message. But there's this woman, the black woman, literally now, all of them are talking about, they've been into South Carolina, this, that, and the third, it's pretty predictive, you know what I'm saying? It's very well traceable, and copycatish, right? It's like, they're saying it boldly. Like they've declared raw war on the people. You know what I'm saying? Like with this right here, and then as of August 8th, I think it was. Where what was it? Yeah, that took place.
For this is thy will, and let it be to your glory.
Oh man, what was it? It was some blackouts. Man, where's that video, y'all? Where they was talking about going in pretty much. It basically it's a cyber attack. They're in the midst of all the rolling blackouts. Project Burrow or Operation Burrow, and this that this and the third. And what this woman is talking about, what they're talking about is the whole strategic planning of what they had. This is, the coup with, Donald Trump, and, then Biden talking about building a wall again. Is then the third. The wall's built to keep people in. It's not kept to keep people out, because they've let over millions of people from other countries, because, there's no more borders. So by doing this,
address that with the Lord first of all, okay?
That's an invasion technique. Okay. So they're using this for rolling blackouts, you know what I'm saying, due to so-called storms and high energy, use and stuff like that. That's silent weapons for quiet wars type stuff that's going on right there. Okay. So this weather warfare, is Project Harp and all that type of stuff. But this right here, they've literally declared war on the people. Let me see where that other where's that other video at? Oh man, it's another video. It might all be in this one. I could be not remembering it right, but look this video up. White men threaten black South Carolina woman cutting her grass. That's a stimulus check, okay? Mind you, I'm gonna start this video over. That's what I'm gonna do.
Father, you've called us to be priests. You've made us priests. And I stand as a priest in my household. I stand as a priest in this.
No, I'm not gonna start over. So we got this one, right? This video. I thought I was gonna start over. I changed my mind. We got this video of the woman. Then we got the death of the Queen of Welsh, right? I call her the whore of Babylon, mother of all harlot, mother of all whoredoms, or yeah, harlotry, whatever. That's just what I say. On just what I be saying on some thoughts. But she dies. Then so-called, all the world is looking at her, on TV. Oh my goodness, blah 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 blah. Remind me of that scripture of, Babylon will be pretty much like cut down in the scriptures in the book of Revelation. And then we talk about economic collapses, blah 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 blah. On top of this stimulus check, you know what I'm saying, the pre-invasion part before the stimulus check, which the invasion part is going to bring massive deaths, and people being persecuted, and killed for the sake of the gospel. But Yah's remnant will be saved. But this is literally a whole coded message that they're doing. It's a grid hacking, rolling blackouts, right, through the weather warfare tactics that they're using through Project HARP. Okay. Which is part of the same thing of diverse forms of climate change, geoengineering, geostorm, putting up firewalls and blah blah blah. Hence the wall going up. They're talking in hacking terminology. Long story short, I don't do hacking, and all that type of stuff. But but I know some people who have like talked heavily about it. I get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm whatever. I'm not all the way there with everything on that, but I know enough as far as like being knowledgeable of what people are saying and stuff like that. But many people have talked about this stuff diversely, just not too many people talking about it like pinpoint by pinpoint strategically, by the grace and the mercy of Yah. But blackouts is coming more than ever before. This is gonna get crazy. I don't know if anyone has noticed the last 3-4 days where there's been a huge, massive frequency energy shift, and I know it's worldwide, and it's massive. It's almost like stuff has stood still, and the timing and the shades of color, it's a lot. It's just a lot. But if you're in tune, basically take this word, go to Yah, pray about it. Arabun and Shema'im, Yahakadash, your name is, your kingdom come, your will be done in and on the earth as it is in the Shema'im. Give us this day our daily bread, and have mercy on us for our transgressions as we have mercy on those who transgress against us. And guide us not into temptation, but deliver us from all the powers of the wicked ones. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Ya hallelujah. This is a prayer by Agape Kind Media. I'm gonna go back to this video a little bit so you can hear what they say.
Time this kind of incident has happened, and then tell me a little bit about how it got to the point where we saw the video where the sun was coming out and threatening you.
Well, this is the first time that particular incident happened and got to that point. I've had amicable relations.
Oh shoot, my bad, y'all.
Exclusive. I have so many comments on this. First and foremost, thank you so much for joining us, and I am so sorry you had to go through this.
Yeah, me too.
So the first point I wanted to bring up was, one, you're outside cutting the grass. You may have went a little bit onto his property potentially. Who complains about that? I mean, seriously, who complains about someone stepping on their grass? I mean, that's the first thing. And then for it to escalate to the point where your neighbor's son threatened to murder you, called you racial slurs. I heard monkey being thrown out during that tirade. And so I'm just trying to find out, is this the first time this kind of incident has happened? And then tell me a little bit about how it got to the point where we saw the video where the son was coming out and threatening you.
Well, this is the first time that particular incident happened and got to that point. I've had amicable relations as far as communicating with the neighbor. Hi, how are you? Times where he was upset with the HOA and he wanted to press charges against the HOA as far as filing a lawsuit, what have you. However, we had said hi off and on, and then the neighbor began to stop talking. So I stopped talking and I said that this neighbor was not very sane to me in his mindset, off and on communication. So I just eliminated all communications. So I was caught off guard by his behavior, actually.
And so you said that wasn't the first incident or instance of you guys kind of, I guess, so to speak, butting heads. So when was the point where it got to this point where threats were being made, and that's when you made the police report?
So the only time I could I don't know if we really butt heads, he was a little bit upset because one of my neighbors, well, actually a tenant, drove on the grass, which I agreed with him. That should have not occurred. I thought, everything was good to go. That was months prior. I've never interacted with his son. So all of this was very fresh and very new to me. I became very...
Of anyone lost and many wicked. But this is the heart of the Father. Let it be that it is recorded in the chronicles of